Repeat, a deferral is not a waiver. If you cannot pay your tax today, the minister expects that he will keep checking on you. If you cannot pay the tax today, he will keep checking on you, and at some point in time, somebody, whoever takes over the property, will have to pay all of that tax. In fact, in the current circumstances, it is an inheritance tax. Because the person who ends up inheriting the property inherits the accrued taxes and interest accumulated over time. So it appears that the government is using a reverse mortgage template, and upon your death, your heirs are simply left to hand over the keys of your property, or keys of your home, to Rowley and Imbert. When this was raised in the public domain by the political leader of the United National Congress, the Honorable Kamala Prasad-Bissessar, the Minister of Finance rubbished the claim. He said this was absolutely untrue. The government has no interest, no intentions of establishing an inheritance tax. Today we see the truth. A rose by any other name is still a rose. But what is even more disturbing is the mindset of Colin Imbert and his government. Imbert shamelessly claims that persons who would have qualified as poor and infirm and unable to pay the property tax, many of them have rich children who are lawyers, etc. So these persons who now have to convince the government that they are poor, that they cannot afford to pay the property tax, they are living in distressed conditions. These persons, the minister is saying, have very rich children, rich children, who would be able to pay the property tax whenever the deferral period ends. What rubbish from the mouth of a desperate government replete with economic quacks and invalids. Incompetence to the extreme. Ladies and gentlemen, these are persons. These persons who are asking for deferral, these are persons who would have had to apply for a deferral, be assessed and evaluated, be made to jump through the multiple hoops, all the hoops that the minister could come up with, and then be deemed to be financially unable to pay the level of taxation. And this is repeated every 2 years because this minister thinks that people will put themselves in this level of continuous